This is a book about how to catch more yeses in a world of no's. These are the words of Matthew McConaughey, a man many of us know from the silver screen. He is an actor, a storyteller, a Texan with a unique view on life. But this book, Greenlights, reveals another side. It shows him as a thinker, a poet, a philosopher of sorts. He invites us on a journey through his life, yes, but more importantly, a journey into how we can all find more approval, more forward motion in our own lives. It is a compelling invitation, isn't it, to seek out the affirmatives. McConaughey. The name itself often brings a certain image to mind. Perhaps it's the laid-back charm or the intense dedication he brings to his roles. This book, however, peels back those layers. It introduces us to the man behind the characters, the one who has been jotting down notes about life for over 35 years. He calls it scrapbooking, keeping track of the moments that felt significant, the times he felt truly alive, the lessons learned the hard way, and the surprising beauty found in unexpected places. This isn't just a celebrity telling tales, it is a human being sharing his soul. So what exactly is Greenlights? It is the title of his book, certainly, but it is also a concept, a metaphor for life. McConaughey sees Greenlights as signals that tell us to go, to advance, to continue. They are the successes, the joys, the moments of clear sailing. But the book is not just about celebrating the easy times, it delves much deeper than that. It explores how even the red and yellow lights, the challenges, the setbacks, the pauses, can eventually turn green. It is about perspective, he suggests, and about the choices we make. This book is raw, it is honest, it is often hilarious, and at times it is profoundly moving. McConaughey doesn't shy away from his mistakes. He doesn't gloss over the tough times. Instead, he shares them as part of the rich tapestry of his existence. He presents them as opportunities for growth, opportunities to learn how to catch those green lights more often. It is this candid approach that makes the book so relatable. It speaks to anyone who has ever felt stuck, or anyone who has ever wondered how to make sense of life's unpredictable journey. The core idea of Greenlights is simple yet profound. McConaughey explains Greenlights are affirmations, permissions. They encourage us to proceed. Think of them as life saying yes. We can create and recognize green lights, navigate red and yellow lights too. It's a playbook for living. Embrace the journey with its green lights. The main goal of this exploration is to delve into Matthew McConaughey's Greenlights. We aim to uncover its key messages and core themes. How does he suggest we face life's challenges? What role does self-reflection play, and why is living authentically crucial? These are the questions we will ponder together. Think of this as a friendly guide to McConaughey's thoughts. Let us begin this exploration. At its very heart, Greenlights is more than just the story of one man's life. It is a guide, a way of looking at all our lives. McConaughey introduces us to a simple yet powerful metaphor. He talks about life's road signs, the green, the yellow, and the red lights. Green lights are the moments of yes. They are when things flow, when opportunities open up. They are the successes, the joys, the clear paths. These are the times we all cherish, but life isn't always a clear run of green. We all encounter yellow lights. These are the signals to pause, to slow down. They ask for our attention, our consideration. Then there are the red lights. These are the undeniable stops, the challenges, the setbacks. They can be frustrating, even painful. They might make us feel stuck or like we have failed. McConaughey suggests these red and yellow lights are not just obstacles, they're essential parts of the journey, holding valuable lessons. He believes they too can eventually turn green. So the book's context is not merely a recounting of famous film roles or celebrity encounters, it is an exploration of how to navigate these varying signals. McConaughey positions Greenlights as an approach book. It is less about what happened in his life and more about how he approached it, how he learned to interpret these lights, how he found ways to turn difficulties into advantages. This approach is built on the idea that we are not passive observers of our fate. We are active participants, capable of influencing the flow of our lives, seeking out those affirmative signals. The real substance of the book comes from a place of deep reflection. It is rooted in the understanding that our past experiences, both good and bad, shape us. They provide the clues we need to move forward more wisely. McConaughey encourages us to look back, not to get lost in nostalgia or regret, but to learn to identify the patterns, the choices that led to green and those that led to red or yellow. It is about becoming a better driver on our own personal highway, using the wisdom gained from every mile traveled, every detour taken. The inspiration behind writing Greenlights wasn't a sudden whim. It wasn't a decision made lightly to simply cash in on fame. Instead, it was a slow-burning ember, fanned over decades. McConaughey shares that he has been keeping journals for over 35 years of jotting down thoughts, poems, prayers and observations. He calls them his bumper stickers, short, sharp insights into life. These journals became the bedrock of the book, the raw, unfiltered material from which Greenlights was carefully sculpted and brought into existence. This long process of writing and reflecting was a significant part of his inspiration. He didn't just sit down one day to write a memoir. He realized, after going back through these extensive journals, that there was a philosophy there, a consistent way of looking at the world, a set of personal truths that had guided him. He felt these insights were not just for him, they were potentially valuable for others too. This desire to share his outlaw logic, his unconventional yet effective approach to life's challenges and opportunities, became a driving force. It was a wish to pass on what he had learned. McConaughey has often spoken about the period he spent in solitude. Reviewing these journals, he found himself laughing, crying, and remembering. He saw the patterns, the times he had navigated hardships and come out stronger. He recognized the moments of grace, the unexpected Greenlights. It was in this deep dive into his own past that the structure of the book began to emerge. He saw that his life wasn't just a series of random events, it was a collection of stories that illustrated a particular way of living, a way of actively seeking and creating positive outcomes. Ultimately, the inspiration was to offer something more than just entertainment. He wanted to provide a kind of playbook, not a rigid set of rules, but a collection of ideas and attitudes, ideas that could help others find more yeses in their own lives. He had found a way to catch green lights, even in difficult times. And he felt a strong urge to share this method, this philosophy, so that others too could learn to recognize the signals, to understand that even life's detours and delays can lead to unexpected and wonderful destinations. It was an offering of hard-won wisdom. To understand Greenlights, know where McConaughey comes from. His upbringing was passionate, unconventional, and deeply loving. His parents taught him resilience and the importance of fighting for beliefs. These early experiences laid the groundwork for his philosophies. They were lessons in navigating a complex world. These stories illustrate the genesis of his approach to life. They show how he learned to catch green lights from a young age. Life, much like a long road trip, is rarely a straight line. We all encounter unexpected detours, don't we? There are sudden roadblocks, unforeseen hills and confusing junctions. These are life's challenges. They can appear daunting, perhaps even unfair at times. Matthew McConaughey, however, invites us to look at these moments differently. He suggests they are not just impediments. They are often something more, something valuable. In Greenlights, McConaughey puts forward a compelling idea. He suggests that these challenges, these red and yellow lights, are not the enemy. Instead, they can be signposts, guiding us towards new paths. They can be opportunities for growth, disguised as setbacks. Imagine a river flowing towards the sea. It meets rocks and boulders along its course. Does it simply stop? No, it finds a way around or over. In doing so, the river carves new channels, creates beautiful waterfalls and continues its journey, often with renewed force. The obstacles, in a way, shape its path and add to its character. This analogy helps us understand McConaughey's philosophy. He believes that obstacles force us to be creative, to dig deeper. They push us out of our comfort zones, This is the beauty of the detour. It can lead to unexpected yet rewarding destinations. McConaughey often speaks about resilience, not as something we are born with, but as something we can build. Like a muscle, it grows stronger with use. He implies that facing difficulties gives us a kind of relative immunity. Each challenge overcome equips us better for the next. Think of a blacksmith forging a sword. The metal is heated, hammered, and plunged into cold water. This repeated stress is what transforms it from a raw lump into a strong, sharp blade. Our own experiences with hardship, if met with courage, can have a similar effect on our character. Another vital aspect McConaughey touches upon is the idea of unlearning. Sometimes our biggest obstacles are not external, they are our ingrained habits, our limiting beliefs, or our unhelpful reactions to stress. To truly embrace challenges, we might need to unlearn old patterns. We might need to let go of the fear of failure, or perhaps we need to unlearn the tendency to blame others or circumstances. This process of unlearning can be challenging in itself, but it clears the path for new, more constructive ways of thinking and responding. It is about making space for growth. Challenges in our lives can be like that pruning. They might feel like a loss or a setback at the time. So, how do we practically embrace these challenges? How do we actively look for the green within the red or yellow? McConaughey's approach is about conscious reframing. This means changing the way we interpret a difficult situation. Instead of seeing a problem as a dead end, we can choose to see it as a puzzle waiting to be solved, or as a detour leading to an unexpected adventure. This isn't about naive optimism, it is about a deliberate mental shift. It is about empowering ourselves to find the opportunity concealed within the adversity. It requires patience and a willingness to look beyond the immediate frustration. McConaughey also highlights the concept of engineered greenlights. Sometimes greenlights do not just appear, we have to create them. This means taking initiative. It means working to turn a challenging situation around through our own efforts. If a door closes, we don't just stand there, we look for another door, or perhaps we even build one. This proactive stance is crucial. It transforms us from passive victims of circumstance into active agents of our own lives. It is about taking responsibility for finding a way forward, even when the path is not clear or easy. Think of a skilled sailor on the vast ocean. The wind does not always blow in the desired direction. Sometimes it blows against them. Another powerful theme that shines brightly in Greenlights is the profound importance of self-reflection. Matthew McConaughey doesn't just tell us stories, he shows us the value of looking inwards. He suggests that self-reflection is like having an inner compass. It helps us navigate the often confusing map of life. It is not about idly daydreaming or getting lost in your own thoughts without purpose. Instead, it is an active, intentional exploration of our own inner world, a way to understand who we are, what we truly want, and why we do the things we do. Without this deliberate inward look, we risk wandering aimlessly. McConaughey himself is a testament to this practice. He speaks of keeping journals for over 35 years. Think about that for a moment. Decades of jotting down notes, poems, prayers, and observations. These journals are not just collections of memories, they are rich sources of personal data. They helped him uncover his own bumper stickers, those concise, personal truths that guide him. This consistent dedication to writing things down, to capturing fleeting insights, is remarkable. It is about creating a personal archive of wisdom, a place to revisit the lessons learned and the truths discovered along the way, preventing them from fading into the ether of forgotten thoughts. Through this kind of regular self-reflection, we begin to see patterns in our own lives. We can start to connect the dots between our actions and their outcomes. Why did a particular situation turn into a frustrating red light? Section 2. Mining the past, learning from our own stories. McConaughey's approach to his past is incredibly instructive. He doesn't use his journals to dwell on regrets or to get stuck in nostalgia. Instead, he views his past experiences as a valuable resource, a rich mine of information. He calls the process of going through his journals scrapbooking. This is not just about reminiscing, it is about actively looking back to extract the value, the lessons, the wisdom embedded in his own life stories. He approaches his history with a clear intention to understand the mechanics of his experiences. Much like a prospector carefully sifts through river sediment, he pans for the nuggets of gold, the insights within his memories. This process requires an honest assessment of both our successes and our failures. Looking back with an unblinking eye provides critical data for navigating the future. It is similar to how a scientist meticulously reviews the results of an experiment. What strategies worked effectively? Which approaches fell short? And crucially, what were the underlying reasons for these outcomes? This kind of review is not about assigning blame or indulging in excessive self-praise. It is about striving for an objective analysis of our own life's events. This understanding of cause and effect within our personal narrative is immensely empowering. It equips us to make more informed and effective choices moving forward. Imagine an archaeologist carefully excavating an ancient site. Each layer of earth removed, each delicate artifact uncovered, tells a part of a larger story. Our past experiences are much like these archaeological layers. They need to be handled with a degree of care and curiosity. Section 3. The dialogue within Cultivating Self-Awareness for Better Choices. Making self-reflection a consistent part of our lives is a practical challenge, yet an essential one. It requires us to consciously carve out dedicated time and create a quiet space for introspection. In our modern world, filled with constant noise, endless distractions, and the relentless pace of daily demands, this can admittedly be quite difficult. However, it is crucial to view this practice not as an optional luxury, but as a fundamental necessity for mindful living. Think of it as scheduling a regular, non-negotiable meeting with your most important advisor, yourself. This ongoing internal dialogue is far more than a one-off task. It's a commitment. When we consistently engage in self-reflection, we cultivate a heightened sense of self-awareness. This growing awareness acts like a finely tuned internal guidance system. We become more attuned to our intuition, that quiet inner voice that often holds profound wisdom. We start to notice the subtle signals from within our own being. Does this new opportunity truly feel right for me, deep down in my core? Is this path I am currently on genuinely my own? Or am I inadvertently following someone else's map or expectations? This sharpened awareness functions much like a reliable compass, consistently pointing us towards our personal true north, guiding our decisions. Matthew McConaughey's own life journey provides compelling examples of this principle in action. Consider his significant decision to step away from the romantic comedy roles that had brought him considerable fame and fortune. This was unlikely a snap decision. It almost certainly stemmed from periods of deep reflection and honest self-assessment. He likely realized that for his own growth and sense of authenticity, he needed different kinds of challenges, roles that would stretch him in new ways. This was not merely a strategic career move, it was a profound alignment with his evolving self, a choice born from listening intently to that inner voice. Therefore, self-reflection is not a final destination we arrive at, but rather a continuous journey, a lifelong practice. Section 1. The Unmistakable Signature of You. We arrive now at another vital current running through Greenlights. This is the powerful theme of living authentically. Matthew McConaughey passionately argues for the importance of being true to oneself. Embrace your unique essence, your personal blueprint. Discover and live out your own original song. Find that core self and let it shine brightly. This alignment is a cornerstone of a life filled with green lights. Embracing authenticity demands courage. It means standing apart from the crowd, choosing your own path. McConaughey's career reflects this bravery. He chose roles that resonated with his evolving self. Authenticity builds deep trust and real connections. It paves the way for cherished green lights. Be true to yourself and follow your unique path. Matthew McConaughey's book, Greenlights, illustrates aligning actions with one's inner truth. He made choices that seemed risky, but were true to himself, like stepping away from romantic comedies or taking sabbaticals for clarity. These acts honor his authentic self, aligning inner belief with outward behavior. Cultivate this alignment through self-reflection. Know yourself and make choices that honor that self-knowledge. Every decision is an opportunity to reinforce authenticity. Your values guide your decisions and actions. When in harmony, life feels more meaningful. Authentic living is a continuous journey. McConaughey's Greenlights reminds us to embrace our unique truth. Live it with courage, and you'll find green lights along your path. We have journeyed through Matthew McConaughey's Greenlights. It's not just a life story, but an approach book. It offers a unique lens to view our existence. He invites us to observe life's signals, the green, yellow and red lights that dictate our flow. The book chronicles understanding these signals. It shows how to navigate life's winding roads, finding patterns, making choices and seeing life as an adventure. This philosophy is the essence we've unpacked. Embrace life's challenges and reframe interruptions. This shift in perspective builds resilience. True authenticity builds trust and attracts opportunities. Living your truth is a liberating act. The beauty of these insights from Greenlights lies in their universal applicability. These lessons are not confined to the glamorous world of a Hollywood actor. They resonate deeply with everyone, regardless of their path or background. The fundamental human desire for meaning, growth, connection, and happiness binds us all. McConaughey's experiences offer wisdom that is relatable and profoundly human. We all face our versions of red, yellow, and green lights every day. Greenlights provides a practical framework for navigating life's ups and downs. It encourages us to actively seek and create opportunities. We are the active participants in our own life stories. What will your next bumper sticker proudly declare to the world?